was my wife. You Wookiee sack of
Harrison Ford, a Hollywood legend and the face of iconic roles like Han Solo and Indiana Jones, has led a life as thrilling off-screen as it is on. While he's known for his action-packed roles, Ford keeps his personal life well guarded, rarely opening up about his romances. But now, at 82, he's finally ready to share what really went on behind the scenes of his marriage. From high-profile marriages to quieter moments with the love of his life, Harrison's love story has all the twists and turns of a blockbuster hit. Join us as we take a look at his relationship history and reveal his recent surprising confession about his marriage. Early life and upbringing. Harrison Ford was born on July 13, 1942, in Chicago, Illinois. His parents, Dorothy, a former radio actress, and John William Christopher Ford, a former actor who later became an advertising executive, had a deep connection to the entertainment industry, giving young Harrison a unique environment. Harrison's heritage was diverse. His mother, Dorothy, was Ashkenazi Jewish, and her family had emigrated from Minsk, Belarus. His father was of Irish Catholic descent, and this blend of cultures and beliefs helped shape Ford's worldview. When asked about his religious upbringing, he humorously responded, "Democrat," but in reality, his parents raised him to be a liberal of every stripe, valuing open-mindedness above strict religious traditions. As a child, Ford was active in the Boy Scouts, where he earned the rank of Life Scout, the second highest rank a scout can achieve. In fact, his scouting background would later inspire him and Steven Spielberg to portray a young Indiana Jones as a Life Scout in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Ford also had a love for animals, working at Napawan Adventure-based Scout Camp as a counselor for the Reptile Study Merit Badge. These early experiences reveal a side of Ford that many fans don't know about, his grounded, down-to-earth nature and love for the outdoors. Ford attended Maine East High School in Park Ridge, Illinois, and it was there that his connection to performing arts took root. His high school had just launched a radio station, and Ford's voice became the first to be broadcast over the airwaves. He was also the school's first sportscaster during his senior year, but his curiosity about the arts didn't fully bloom until college. Ford went to Ripon College in Wisconsin, where he majored in philosophy and joined the Sigma Nu fraternity. Despite being shy, he took a drama class in his senior year just to get over his nervousness. He later described himself as a late bloomer in acting, as he unexpectedly found himself fascinated by the stage. In 1964, after spending a season performing summer stock with the Belfry Players in Wisconsin, Ford made a big decision. First steps in Hollywood and his breakthrough roles. He packed up and moved to Los Angeles, hoping to make it in the film industry. Columbia Pictures' talent program offered him a small contract, marking his first step into Hollywood. Ford's first role was minor, a non-speaking part as a bellhop in Dead Heat on a Merry-Go-Round, 1966. But even in this small role, Ford's humor and sharp wit shone through. According to an industry story, a producer compared Ford's work to that of Tony Curtis, implying Ford lacked the star quality Curtis had. Ford quipped that if Curtis was a good actor, he'd know how to play a bellboy. The response, though amusing, reportedly didn't go over well, and Ford's time with Columbia was cut short. Undeterred, Ford took on small roles in films like Journey to Shiloh, 1968, Getting Straight, 1970, and American Graffiti, 1973. American Graffiti, in particular, opened a new door, introducing him to George Lucas, the director who would change Ford's career. A few years later, Lucas cast Ford in Star Wars, 1977, as Han Solo. Ford brought the charming, rebellious character to life, capturing hearts around the world. His portrayal became iconic, making Han Solo a household name and setting Ford on a path to stardom. Ford returned to the role in 4 sequels over the next 4 decades, cementing his place in the pop culture pantheon. Ford's fame only grew with the release of Raiders of the Lost Ark in 1981, where he starred as the daring archaeologist Indiana Jones. The film, directed by Steven Spielberg and created by George Lucas, was an instant hit, and Ford's portrayal of the adventurous archaeologist thrilled audiences. Like Han Solo, Indiana Jones became an iconic character, and Ford returned for 4 more Indiana Jones films. The pair of legendary roles placed Ford among Hollywood's top stars, but he didn't stop there. He took on the role of Rick Deckard in Blade Runner, 1982, bringing a brooding intensity to the character in this sci-fi classic, and later reprised the role in Blade Runner 2049. Beyond his major franchises, Ford explored roles that highlighted his range as an actor. He starred as Detective John Book in Witness, 1985, a performance that earned him an Academy Award nomination. Other notable roles include The Fugitive, 1993, Air Force One, 1997, and The Call of the Wild, 2020. Ford's career also found new life on television with his roles in the Western series 1923 and the Apple TV Plus comedy Shrinking. These roles showcase his talent across different genres, proving his versatility. Outside of acting, Ford is a licensed pilot and uses his skills for more than just leisure. Living in Wyoming, he's assisted emergency services in rescue missions, earning respect for his contributions. Ford is also an environmental activist, serving as vice chair of Conservation International since 1991, which shows his dedication to causes that matter to him beyond Hollywood. While his career has been stellar, his relationships have also drawn attention. He's been divorced twice and had some high-profile flings. Let's take a look at that. First love in the beginning of a Hollywood journey. Before he became a Hollywood legend, Harrison Ford was a young man from Illinois with a high school sweetheart named Mary Marquardt. Mary was a talented illustrator and chef, and she and Harrison seemed like a perfect match. The two met as teenagers, and their romance blossomed throughout high school. In 1964, they tied the knot, stepping into a new life together. Back then, Ford wasn't yet a famous actor, and Mary supported him through those early years. Their marriage marked the beginning of a journey for both of them, as they started their family with the arrival of 2 sons, Ben in 1966 and Willard in 1969. While Ford struggled to break into Hollywood, Mary pursued her passions as a chef and artist. Her talents were known in her own right, especially her culinary skills, which later became a steady career. Even as Ford took on small roles, their family life was steady, with Mary handling the home front. But in 1977, when Ford's career skyrocketed with Star Wars, life changed dramatically. Suddenly, Ford was a household name as Han Solo, and fame brought more than just success. It came with complications. Rumor has it that Mary ended the marriage after discovering Ford with his co-star, Carrie Fisher. By 1979, the couple's 15-year marriage was over, and Ford's life was set on a new, highly public path, while Mary chose to keep a low profile. Despite their split, they remained parents to Ben and Willard, who both went on to make names for themselves, Ben as a restaurateur and Willard as an entrepreneur. After his divorce from Mary, Ford moved on, but it would take years before he found lasting love again. Ford's relationship with Melissa Matheson. He met his future second wife, Melissa Matheson, in 1976 on the set of Apocalypse Now, where he had a minor role as Colonel Lucas. Matheson, an aspiring screenwriter at the time, was working as a production assistant. The two clicked instantly, but it wasn't until 1982, a few years after Ford's divorce, that their romantic relationship began. Matheson's career was taking off as well. She became known for her incredible talent as a writer, especially for her work on E.T. the Extraterrestrial, which she wrote for Steven Spielberg and earned an Academy Award nomination. By 1983, Ford and Matheson were ready to make it official, and they married, becoming one of Hollywood's most admired couples. During their marriage, Ford and Matheson had 2 children, a son named Malcolm and a daughter named Georgia. Their family life was relatively private, with both Ford and Matheson keeping the focus on their work and children. Malcolm grew up to be a musician and now performs as the lead singer of the band The Doe Rollers, which has even opened for acts like Bob Dylan. Georgia, on the other hand, followed her father's footsteps into acting, appearing in several films. Ford has been especially supportive of Georgia, who was diagnosed with epilepsy, even auctioning off his iconic Han Solo jacket to raise funds for epilepsy research. However, by 2000, Ford and Matheson's relationship started to falter. They separated but tried to make it work, reconciling briefly before ultimately deciding to divorce in 2004. Since they didn't have a prenuptial agreement, the divorce settlement was a huge one. Matheson received $85 million and a share of Ford's earnings from projects filmed during their marriage, including Indiana Jones and The Fugitive. Their separation marked the end of an era for Ford, but he continued to support his children with Matheson. Tragically, in 2015, Matheson passed away from neuroendocrine cancer, a loss deeply felt by her family and fans alike. Spielberg, who had worked closely with her on E.T., described meeting her on the set of Raiders of the Lost Ark in Tunisia. He recalled, "Like a mirage in Lawrence of Arabia. I saw what looked like an egret, capturing the ethereal quality she brought to their first encounter." Harrison Ford's hidden romance with Carrie Fisher. Harrison Ford's on-screen romance as Han Solo and Princess Leia in Star Wars captivated fans, but few knew there was real chemistry behind the scenes too. Carrie Fisher, who played Leia, was only 19 when they started filming Star Wars in 1977, while Ford, then 33, was already married with 2 children. Despite the age gap and Ford's marriage, a 3-month affair happened between them. Fisher later shared these secret details in her memoir, The Princess Diarist, published shortly before her death. Fisher described how their romance began and how she was shocked when Ford showed interest. Their intense connection blurred the line between fantasy and reality, with Fisher saying it felt like Han and Leia during the week and Carrie and Harrison on the weekends. She admitted that she became obsessed with him, even hoping he might leave his wife for her. But she soon realized that wasn't going to happen. Speaking later, she reflected that it was like a 3-month one-night stand, filled with passion but ultimately brief. They shared one last night together before filming Wrapped, with their relationship ending as quietly as it had started. Ford eventually separated from his wife, but he and Fisher never rekindled their romance during subsequent Star Wars films. Ford has kept silent about the affair, while Fisher continued on her own path, later marrying Paul Simon and having a daughter, Billie Lourd, with talent agent Brian Lord. Speaking of which, Ford's family life continued to evolve as he raised his children and navigated his acting career. His first son, Ben, found his passion in the culinary world and co-owns a gastropub called Ford's Filling Station at Los Angeles International Airport. His journey as a chef reminds many of his mother Mary's influence and her own culinary career. Willard, Ford's second son, ventured into business, running the Ludwig Clothing Company, which is known for its unique style. He previously managed a gym and a theater, demonstrating his entrepreneurial spirit. Meanwhile, Ford's children with Matheson have followed artistic paths that mirror the creative energy in their parents' relationship. Malcolm, who has a distinct love for punk music, recalled in an interview that his first music cassette was from the band Green Jelly, a quirky choice that showcases his unique taste. His band, the Doe Rollers, has garnered attention in the music scene, solidifying his place in the entertainment industry. Georgia, Ford's youngest, has continued acting and appeared in films like True Story and American Milkshake. Ford's bond with her has grown even closer since her diagnosis with epilepsy, and he has been vocal about supporting epilepsy research. Ford's life, marked by his dedication to his career, has also been defined by his devotion to family. Ford's next major romance came when he met actress Callista Flockhart. Harrison Ford and Callista Flockhart's love story, how it all began. Harrison Ford and Callista Flockhart's love story began in 2002 when which was an unexpected yet perfect match that surprised fans everywhere. They met at the 59th Golden Globe Awards, where sparks flew between Ford, then 60, and Flockhart, who was 22 years younger. That night, Ford's Ally McBeal co-star James Marsden tagged along as a third wheel, but he couldn't help but notice the chemistry brewing between the two. Reflecting on that night, Marsden joked on The Late Late Show with James Corden that he played a part in a wonderful long relationship. In the months following, Ford and Flockhart's relationship blossomed. They made one of their first public appearances at the 59th Venice Film Festival, attending the premiere of K-19, The Widowmaker. Ford and Flockhart shared something unique, a love for adventure, especially when it came to flying. He had been a passionate pilot for years, and soon enough, he convinced Flockhart to join him in the air. She later shared that while she'd always been a bit nervous about flying, her fears vanished when she flew with Ford. "I really trust Harrison," she said, adding that she loved seeing him in his element. Flying became a special activity for the couple, and their bond only grew stronger, with Ford admitting he loved seeing her by his side in the skies. Speaking of which, Ford also grew close to Liam, Flockhart's son, whom she had adopted in 2001. He became an involved and devoted father figure, and the three shared numerous family outings, such as trips to pumpkin patches, and the Thanksgiving tradition of serving meals to those in need at the LA mission. Family time was precious, and Ford appreciated having a child back in his life. In an interview with Reader's Digest, he praised Flockhart as the best mother in the world, saying she had done a remarkable job raising Liam, and calling it a joy to be part of a young child's life once again. A proposal, marriage, and a growing family. In 2009, 7 years into their relationship, Ford and Flockhart took a family vacation over Valentine's Day weekend, which turned into a milestone for the couple. During the trip, Ford surprised Flockhart by proposing, a moment that made their love official. She said yes, and a year later, on June 15, 2010, they exchanged vows in an intimate ceremony at the governor's mansion in Santa Fe, New Mexico. The wedding was officiated by New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson, making the occasion even more memorable. The newlyweds celebrated the moment with Liam by their side, marking the start of a new chapter as a family. Their family continued to grow, and the couple shared many happy moments together. In 2013, they attended the premiere of Paranoia, joined by Ford's daughter Georgia. It was clear they had created a close-knit family. At this event, Flockhart's elegant silver dress and Ford's casual yet sharp black jacket and checkered shirt highlighted their comfortable yet glamorous style. Fans loved seeing this side of Ford, who was known for his rugged roles but often softened up around his wife and family. A lasting bond and a life of adventure. Ford and Flockhart's relationship has been anything but ordinary, and over the years their love has only grown stronger. Their bond is built on shared passion, support, and a deep sense of adventure. The couple lives on an 800-acre ranch in Jackson, Wyoming, a place Ford has called home since the 1980s. Here, away from the Hollywood spotlight, they enjoy the quiet, the scenery, and the simple joys of life together. Ford has expressed his gratitude for finding love later in life, describing his relationship with Flockhart as exciting and fulfilling. Ford's dedication to family continues to shine, especially in his role as a father figure to Liam. From early days spent flying together to supporting Liam through his growing years, Ford cherishes this opportunity. Reflecting on Flockhart's parenting, he once shared that having a young child in the home felt like an endless springtime, with each new experience adding a sense of wonder to his life. In recent years, Ford and Flockhart have continued to make public appearances, each one showing how close they remain. A particularly sweet moment happened at the Cannes Film Festival, where Ford, now 80, gazed lovingly at Flockhart. The look didn't go unnoticed, with fans commenting on how besotted he seemed after so many years. Their love story is an inspiring reminder that love can come at any age, and that sometimes unlikely pairs make the most enduring couples. But while their relationship has always been strong, Did you know that Harrison Ford and Callista Flockhart's marriage has some unique twists? Unexpected twists in Harrison Ford and Callista Flockhart's marriage. Ford, famously private, surprised fans when he went public about his love for Flockhart, who is 22 years younger than him. Reflecting on their bond, Ford shared with Hello magazine, "Romantic love is one of the most exciting and fulfilling kinds of love, and I think there is a potential for it at any stage of your life." Their relationship began in 2002 at the Golden Globes, where an accidental wine spill broke the ice between them. The mishap didn't bother Flockhart, who said they'd already been talking for about 20 minutes before it happened. But that fateful wine spill was only one of the many quirky aspects of their relationship. Ford and Flockhart's relationship has often sparked curiosity, especially around their significant age difference. Ford was 60 when they met, while Flockhart was 38, creating a 22-year age gap. But Flockhart has insisted that it doesn't affect their relationship at all. "I keep forgetting that he's 22 years older than me," she said, explaining that she finds his look cute in the mornings, even describing him as having a little boy look. This humorous perspective on the age difference shows just how little it impacts their lives. Ford's bond with Flockhart's adopted son, Liam, has been just as unique and loving. When Ford met Liam, he was only about 6 months old, and Ford has said the joy of becoming a father figure to him was entirely unexpected. By 2010, Ford had legally adopted Liam, and they quickly developed a close father-son relationship. Ford once told Parade magazine that he didn't anticipate adopting, but he considers it a joy and privilege. His embrace of Flockhart's role as a single mother to Liam speaks volumes about his commitment to both Flockhart and her son, blending seamlessly into a family he hadn't expected to have at his age. They had a secret wedding in New Mexico. Ford and Flockhart took their time before officially tying the knot. 8 years after they started dating, they chose an unusual setting for their wedding. On location while Ford was filming Cowboys and Aliens in New Mexico. The decision to marry on location is rare, even by Hollywood standards, but it suited Ford and Flockhart's low-key style. They kept it simple, having a quiet ceremony officiated by their friend, then Governor of New Mexico, Bill Richardson. The only guests were Richardson's wife, Barbara, one of the governor's advisors, and their son, Liam, who was 9 at the time. In a funny twist, even Ford's Cowboys and Aliens director, Jon Favreau, didn't know about the wedding plans. After he found out, he gifted Ford a fondue set as a quirky wedding present, making a lighthearted nod to their low-profile celebration. Flockhart and Ford's choice of such a quiet and private wedding, far from the typical celebrity fanfare, reflects their preference for a down-to-earth relationship, even when one of them is among Hollywood's biggest stars. Now, one of the unique aspects of Ford and Flockhart's relationship has been her support for his love of flying, even after a dangerous incident. Early in their relationship, Ford shared his passion for flying with her, describing how Flockhart also enjoyed it. He once told People magazine that Flockhart's enthusiasm meant a lot to him because flying is so much more fun with somebody who really enjoys it. Flockhart admitted that she had been nervous about flying before meeting Ford, but she soon learned to enjoy it, especially since she trusted him so deeply. Their shared flights became a special bonding experience for them and for Liam, who also loves being in the air. But in 2015, their shared love of flying took a scary turn. Ford's vintage World War II plane crash-landed on a golf course, fracturing his pelvis and leaving him hospitalized. The accident happened in Los Angeles, and Flockhart rushed to his side at the hospital, showing her unshakable support for him even during such a frightening time. Ford, who attributed the crash to a mechanical issue, kept his perspective lighthearted, telling The Hollywood Reporter, "In the words of the great philosopher Jimmy Buffett, S happens." Remarkably, Flockhart continued to support Ford's love for flying even after the crash. Only 5 months later, she publicly stated that she was still 100% behind him. "He loves it, so I love it, and I support him 100%, she declared. a testament to her unwavering faith in him and their relationship. Surprising moments on the red carpet. The couple's red carpet appearances often draw fans' attention for the chemistry they show, but at the Cannes Film Festival in 2023, things took an awkward turn. The festival, which celebrated Ford's role in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, seated Flockhart and Ford apart during his standing ovation. Ford noticed that Flockhart was placed behind him, and while he smiled at her, he accepted the situation, saying, "Well, that's the way it is." However, at the Los Angeles premiere of the same film later, Ford took the opportunity to express his love for Flockhart in a heartfelt speech. Grateful for her support, he said, "My life has been enabled by my lovely wife, who has supported my passions and my dreams." His words, "You've given my life purpose and meaning, and I'm grateful for that," left no doubt about the depth of his love and appreciation for her. The couple's enduring bond, built on support and mutual respect, shows that their unconventional love story is anything but typical, and it's all the better for it. Living life to the fullest in recent years. Lately, Harrison Ford has been enjoying a mix of work and well-deserved downtime, with his wife, Callista Flockhart, often by his side. Even at 80, Ford continues to work on projects, proving he's not slowing down anytime soon. Recently, he returned to his iconic role as Indiana Jones in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, making headlines and drawing nostalgic fans to theaters. At the Cannes Film Festival premiere of the movie, he received a Lifetime Achievement Award and a lengthy standing ovation, moving Ford to tears. This moment was made all the more special with Flockhart right there to support him. After the event, Ford expressed how much the role has meant to him and how grateful he was to have Flockhart by his side during such an important career milestone. Beyond film, Ford has also been exploring new paths on television, starring in the series 1923, a Yellowstone prequel, and Shrinking, an Apple TV Plus comedy. His move to TV has been a hit, with Shrinking receiving praise for Ford's unexpectedly charming comedic role. Ford himself has shared that this new genre has been a refreshing challenge, as he continues to step outside his comfort zone and take on different characters. It seems Ford's adventurous spirit is still alive and well, and Flockhart has been a steady support throughout, even attending some of the show's premieres alongside him. In recent public appearances, fans have noticed how connected and happy the couple appears, with Ford often giving Flockhart adoring looks. A memorable moment happened recently when Ford was honored with another standing ovation, and cameras captured him gazing at Flockhart with deep appreciation, solidifying their bond in fans' eyes as one that's grown even stronger over time. Despite their 22-year age gap, the two share a playful and light-hearted connection, which Ford often reveals in interviews when he expresses gratitude for having Flockhart in his life. Not only has Ford remained dedicated to his work and family life, but he's also taken on more philanthropic causes. He has been vocal about his commitment to environmental causes, something close to his heart, especially as he spends more time on his Wyoming ranch. Flockhart has joined him in supporting these initiatives, and the two occasionally appear together at charity events that align with their shared values. Most recently, Ford was a part of Conservation International's campaigns to raise awareness about climate change, and Flockhart has been spotted supporting him at related events, showing their shared dedication to making a positive impact. In many ways, Ford and Flockhart's recent years together have been about enjoying each other's company while continuing to pursue their passions. With Ford still acting and taking on unexpected roles, and Flockhart standing by him as he ventures into new territory, they remain one of Hollywood's more grounded couples. Living life on their own terms. What do you think about their relationship and how it has evolved over the years, especially given their unique age gap and different career paths? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating stories.